Good evening, people of the internet. Today is another Tales from the Crypt. A rather silly, goofy one, but it has an interesting kind of enemy in it which I wish was explored more in modern media. One that is not explored very frequently at all, actually. So, I hope you'll join me on this journey through this very silly, kind of weird story. No one's really a good guy in this one, to be honest, but we'll cross that road when we come to it. I'll see you at the end.
500. Take two and call me when you're moaning.
500. Okay. Chill. I like it. The Thing from the Grave. Oh. Whoa. Play dead. Oh my god, dude.
Oops. Looks like you caught the old Crypt keeper checking out one of his ghouly magazines. Which gives you a little hint about tonight's dead time story. It's all about the way some guys just die over a pretty girl. But don't worry, kiddies. If it starts to reek a little of rotted romance, I think the title of our nasty narrative makes no bones about where its heart is really at. I call it The Thing from the Grave.
The Thing from the Grave. I love his voice. Not a county-maintained road, I think. I live on one of those. Miguel Fierro, Terry Hatcher, Kyle Secker, Karen Ray, Stephen Wolf, David Newman, I've heard that, Stefan Semmel, that's a weird name, Alex, I'm not even gonna try. Is that a clutch vehicle and he just hit the brake? He didn't put the clutch, he brake clutch? He just killed it.
Bruckner, where is she? Answer me, goddammit! Is she all right?
Yeah, she's just fine. I wish I could say the same for you, big guy.
Oh!
Tell me something, is that the shoulder she used to cry on? Or was it the other one?
Oh!
Where you going?
1911, 45 caliber God's round. He ran to his own grave. Interesting. I like that, actually. Poetic.
Hi.
Oh!
I'm sorry there's no headstone. 10 Commandments were carved in stone. You remember the 10 Commandments, don't you? Thou shalt not covet thy neighbor's wife was part of the deal.
She's not your wife.
Well, she will be pretty soon. Why don't you get your ass in there?
What happened to thou shalt not kill?
Fuck it. I want you to remember one thing before you go to hell, you miserable piece of shit. Remember, she's mine.
But who's in the right? Who did what and why? There are so many questions, begging to be answered. Yeah, she's okay. Don't worry, I know I'm an ugly piece of shit.
Beautiful. Yeah, good. Uh-huh. One more.
Hey, boss, why don't I hold the can in my other hand? I mean, like, my character is, hanging with these babes and stuff, so I was just thinking, party down.
Oh!
Party down, absolutely. Knock yourself out,
What
pal.
the fuck? That's so stupid.
Excuse us.
Sorry.
It's all right.
Well, he's a real brain surgeon. How the hell do you deal with a guy like that?
Tell you what, it beats working for a living. And who might you be, by the way?
Mitch Bruckner. I'm Stacy's manager.
Uh-huh.
I'm also her fiance. Stacy, why don't you give us a little three-quarter turn, a little taste of bud,
Okay.
Spice it up.
Listen,
Looking good.
Mike, Butch.
Mitch.
Mitch. Stacy wants to make you really proud of her. Isn't that right?
Right.
Okay, and we're under just a little bit of a time pressure right here.
Right.
So go out and you get yourself a little bit of coffee, okay?
Are you suggesting that I'm making Stacy nervous?
No.
Because I'm not making her nervous, you understand? If anybody's making her nervous, I think it's you. Because you're hitting on her every 2 seconds. You understand what I'm saying? I got an idea. Why don't you take this nice long lens of yours, get it nice and covered with Vaseline, and shove it up your fucking ass! Get some shots to the inside of your asshole, hot shot.
I love that guy.
Yeah, it's a little forced, unfortunately, and possibly just the director that was behind it. I think the writing is on par. The writing is definitely showing you like a narcissist, possibly a little bit of psychopathy. The gaslighting is really peeking through. Why is this peeking? I don't know.
That dude is a bummer.
Yeah, boy. Thanks for the input.
Boy, thanks for the input. Like, you're a fucking idiot, dude.
You got there.
I'm really sorry.
No. Look, it doesn't matter.
He can really be sweet sometimes. I think things just haven't been going well for him lately.
Really, with you to come home to.
Wow. People can have other problems in their life that aren't solved by having just a hot wife?
Does he ever get rough? If he did, and I'm not saying that he's going to, right? But if he did, and you needed some place to come to kind of cool out, this is a key to my studio. And what I have here is I have an extra bed, and I have a television set, and I have
What?
over there.
What's going on, man? This one's really weird. Hey, I have that same key. Oh, she's coming over.
Hi.
Hi.
Not interrupting anything, am I?
You see the size of that controller, dude? This fuck, he was a brick.
I guess it was pretty forward of me to give you that key, huh?
I guess it was kind of forward of me to use it.
Oh yeah, I think I get this. I think it's supposed to be like
Look,
uber over the top. Man.
something I'd like to give to you.
So itchy.
An old blind lady gave this to me. She said that it was the Mayan god of truth. And if you make a promise while you're holding it, no matter what, you're gonna keep that promise.
Uno momento. My nose is about to explode. Anyways.
It's corny, isn't it?
So, she's being abused. Okay, she's in an abusive relationship with a narcissist. So, what, pray tell, is the proper thing to do? But of course, it is to take advantage of her weak mental state and fuck her. Because what else would we do? It's the fucking 90s, baby. Honestly, this really makes him, like, from a modern perspective, this does not make him a hero at all. This makes him another villain, but just like a slightly less worse villain than the villain. So they're both bad, which adds to ambiguity a little bit because it's a trapped woman who is either trapped with this guy or has been being manipulated into giving herself up for this guy.
You don't have to be afraid anymore. Whatever happens, I'll be there, right? I'll protect you. I promise.
What? Why? Oh, you barely know her.
Hi, you've reached Devlin Cates' Tales. Please leave a message.
I know everything, all right? Don't ask me how. It's not important. What is important is that she's in trouble.
What kind of trouble?
Shut up, okay? We had a fight. She went to our cabin. Look, she doesn't want to see my face. She won't accept my help. But maybe she'll listen to you.
That was a pretty clever setup by him, actually. Really clever. I think this did well to show how cunning he is, but also how unhinged he is, and, narcissistic. Like I said, possible psychopathy you will see towards the end.
You calling that photographer again? So what's the deal? You've been trying him for a week.
What are you talking about?
Come on, Stacy, I'm no genius, but I'm not blind. Think I didn't see the way you guys looked at each other at that shoot? Then there was that night you said you went out with your girlfriends.
You followed me? You are such an asshole.
No, actually I didn't. I really didn't know. But I'm not wrong, am I? Huh?
What do you want me to say?
Look, I know that things haven't been too good between us for a long time. I've been stupid and I've done a lot of bad things. Sometimes I get frustrated and I don't have the words and I use other things, and that's wrong. I know that. I also know that whatever we had is probably gone or changed anyway, and it's my fault. I fucked up. You're the best thing that ever happened to me, Stacy, and I love you very much. It's probably a little late for that. You need to move on, and you deserve it. I need to ask you one thing. If this guy loves you so much, why hasn't he called by now?
Something's wrong. Maybe something happened.
Just think about it for a second. This guy meets beautiful girls like you every day. They're nothing but 8x10s to him.
But he said things.
Well, welcome to the real world. A guy would say anything to get into your pants. Why hasn't he called you for 6 days?
Why do you think I'm worried?
What, do you think he's a corpse somewhere?
I don't know. Maybe he had an accident.
Yeah. Or maybe he flew off to Paris with some 19-year-old Eileen Ford discovery. Don't you see what I'm trying to say? I ain't Pat Boone, all right? But I'm here for you.
What if you're wrong?
If I'm wrong, then I let you go. You do what you gotta do. But if I'm right, I think you owe it to yourself to at least think about giving us another try.
So this scene was really well written. It was acted very well as well. Very well as well. And I got more to say. How natural and calm he is, but also not a whole lot of emotion behind his words, nor facial structure at all. I don't know because it's psychopathy. What's the sociopathy? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know if that's right, but I'm just going to keep on saying it and pretend that it's right. He might have a little bit of sociopathy. I don't think that's right. Because his emotions are muted, but he definitely can get very angry and very quickly. And I think a sociopath is the one that can have bursts of very anger. Wow, that was amazing. There's like 500 million dump trucks outside right now. 500 million specifically. Sociopaths are muted, but they have bursts of anger, depending upon, whatever, blah, 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 blah. I think that's a sociopath. And a psychopath, although they do experience emotions, kind of, it's practically none. If I'm remembering that correctly, I could not be. Let me just sip on my 1920s. Fucking 1920. Sip on my 2020 A&W root beer. What's a good year for root beer?
I know everything.
Wait, Ronald.
Even in this super goofy episode, it manages to make it honestly a little terrifying. Not like last episode. Last episode was way more real than this one, but it's still real enough and horrific enough that it's actually coming across pretty well. Oh, we're getting kinky up in here.
Oh, gosh. I'm sorry it had to end up like this. I really am. You know, if you just left well enough alone, everything would have been fine. Just because it's over doesn't mean we can't have a little fun first.
Help! Help!
Wow, he did a terrible job of covering that up, man.
Now, I should warn you, there really isn't any point in calling on your sweetheart, because Romeo isn't going to save you this time. Do you want to know why? Well, it's because I buried him in the woods outside, that's why. Yep, he's dead, and he's buried, and he's rotting in the fucking ground right now.
Ooh, I like that makeup.
No, go ahead, cry your eyes out, makes you happy. So you can just stop dreaming about him coming to save your pretty little ass, because it ain't gonna happen. Okay?
Oh, 1911. God's caliber.
I killed you, goddammit! I fucking killed you!
Oh!
What is that? No! 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 Run! I'm not dead! What are you doing?
Wasn't that romantic?
Aww.
I would have called tonight's fear fable a boy meets ghoul story. Except the boy was the ghoul this time, right, kiddies? Which leaves poor little Stacy fresh out of boyfriends. Oh well. I'm sure she'll dig one up somewhere.
I mean, compared to last week, this one was this was like a cupcake. Last week was like a lot more real. Whoa, last week was a lot more heavy. But, you know, even though this one was a little sillier, it had some nice undertones in it. And the zombie, rather than killing him, is burying him alive with the zombie, which is interesting. I almost feel like that kind of ties into some Nordic lore. I can't remember. They weren't zombies. Or did the Nords call them zombies? They weren't Draugrs. Draugrs are something else. You know, undead beings that the only way you could kill them is to bury them back where they came from, right? And that's almost kind of what that was, because he couldn't kill it, you know, even with shots to the head. So it wasn't a normal zombie. So that was really interesting. That was cool. So I'm looking up Draugr, which is the North myth of like zombies and whatnot. Zombie might have been African origin, actually, now that I'm thinking about it. But anyways, this is interesting. Most medieval Icelandic ghosts are evil or marginal people. If not dissatisfied or evil, they are unpopular. So, looks like I'm going to rise from the dead when I die. Okay, interesting. So, however, unlike, you know, ghosts or whatnot in other civilizations, Draugr can also come about through infection by another Draugr, such as the story in Galmur, I believe. When Galmur arrives in the haunted valley in Grittis Saga, whatever the fuck that is, the previous evil spirits are relegated to the sidelines, and when Glaumir is found dead, they disappear. Whereas he takes over their roles as Ghost of the Valley. Although Glaumir is an arguably magical character to begin with, it is only after the fight with the first malignant spirit that the first spirit leaves the valley, and Glaumir takes its place wreaking havoc. Similarly, in a shepherd is killed by Draugr and raises the next night as if one himself. Interesting. I found the approved methods of killing a Draugr. It is to sever his head from his body and set the same beneath his rump, or impale his body with a stake, or burn it to ashes. Anyways, it was kind of interesting. I really liked how he was burying him alive as a form of killing him, which is interesting because it's very slow and very traumatic, and it's kind of a fitting end for him. And I do appreciate that both of them do die at the end, even though that might sound weird. And that's because I don't think either of them were very good people. At least one of them was bound by some magical law that he promised to protect her. So even if that wasn't a real promise and that was just getting into her pants, at least he had to hold up his end of the bargain. It was just kind of a strange one. It was a little silly, got a little serious, but I really like the zombie-esque Draugr thing. So that was really cool. I like that. But anyways, I hope that you have a lovely night, day, or evening, or whatever time it happens to be, wherever you are. And I'll see you next time. Set an urge over me to become zombie.